Now to the shore excursions. Does everybody have their green form with them? Your green optional AARP shore excursion form? I have Xerox and I have some white ones. It's the same thing. If you need one, just raise your hand. One per couple. What are you beating up on him for?
Well, I wouldn't get it. He's acting ugly.
Martha.
He's just acting ugly.
Okay, let me just cover a couple things real quick. For those of you who would like to rent a car at any of the islands, you can do that directly right on board the ship through Dollar Rent-A-Car. Just pick up a reservation form at the shore excursion office, straight through here by the photograph lobby there. You must sign up for it by noon the day before. Okay? It's Dollar Rent-A-Car. Actually, the prices are very good. You think that's on the ship. It might be a little higher. It is maybe $2 to $3 more a day, but you have an advantage here. Dollar has a contract, so if you do rent a car, you can park it in the pier right next to the ship. Other rental cars, you'll have to park outside the gates and walk in. Also, you can return it right there on the pier at the ship. There's no taking shuttles to the airport or a shuttle bus here and there. So maybe for those couple dollars extra, it is to your advantage to do it on board the ship because it's ship convenience, okay? Also, in every island or port, we will have different types of shuttle service to the malls, ladies, okay? And you can pick up a list of the different shuttles and the departure times from the purser's office, okay? Where they go, how often they run, and what time they stop running. If you wish to use another rent-a-car agency and not Dollar on board the ship, the front office also has a list and the phone numbers of the different rent-a-car people available in the islands. So they cover everything here, don't they? Okay. Now, the AARP optional shore excursions, we've been doing, like I said, out here for 6 years, and we get the best drivers and the best guides. You're going to have Cousin Dean and Cousin Harvey and Cousin Bobby, Cousin Boogie. They're all cousins out here, just like they nicknamed me Chuckie Baby. And they just stuck that to me. They gave that to me one day. But it makes it all a lot of fun. And when Robert's tour operator, when they get their request in and they see AARP, everybody wants to drive for us. And the reason is they like the AARP crowd, as I said in the beginning, and they like it because AARP people usually tip the drivers, you know? They tip the guys, not like the other people and the passengers. They don't know what's going on. They're experienced travelers, and they know what's going on, and it makes it worth it. Our drivers are going to sing for you, tell you stories, and they don't take you to their sister's store. Yeah. That's one thing they will not do, which is really nice. Those of you who are worldwide travelers know, as soon as you get in a bus, the driver takes you, this is my sister's special store. Yeah, they don't do that here. It makes it really nice. To give you an idea of the differences in different tours, the ship offers a helicopter flight over Kauai. They charge $129 a person. AARP charges $103 a person, and we use the Jet Bell Rangers, which are 4-seaters, say that fast, and all forward sitting, where the ship uses the 6-seaters where your 2 people are sitting backwards. So that's just one example. And I'm going to really push for the all-day volcano tour in Hilo. We're going to see the lava flow the night before, and that next day when you get in there and that bus takes you to where you see the lava flowing over the road into the water and the steam rising, is just incredible to see it by ship and then by land. The ship charges $45 a person for that tour, and I think we charge 30. And we include a box lunch, which is incredible compared. The ship takes you to this salad bar buffet thing. But anyhow, that's just to give you an idea on the savings with the AARP excursions. Okay, the AARP, we have our policy also is you may cancel your shore excursions. The ship is, once you sign up, there is no cancellations, no refunds or returns. However, we do ask if We want you to sign up for all the tours today because I have to call and arrange for what size bus I need, how many seats in the helicopter I need. I need to arrange that all today. So, therefore, the day before each port, if you feel like, oh, I don't want to go on the tour tomorrow, as long as you notify me by 3 o'clock the day before, you may cancel it, no problem, and get a complete refund. Okay? The way to cancel is, on your ticket, you may write, please cancel me, the Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, Captain so-and-so, put it in an envelope, you stick it under my door, give me a call, say we'd like to cancel a certain tour, I'll say fine, no problem, as long as it's before 3 o'clock the day before, with the exception of the helicopter, because the helicopter flights will be tomorrow. Once you sign up for them today, I can't refund those because I call by satellite phone to let them know how many the seats in space. Okay? Pardon me?
The weather.
If the weather's bad and it's not safe to fly, everybody will get a complete refund. Oh, of course. Yeah. That's no problem. Okay. The times of the departure, like, yes?
Do you do the helicopter ride plus the canyon tour?
Can you do both tours?
Yeah.
Yes, you may, but only 16 people may.
What do you mean only 16?
Because the tour comes back at noon, you must have lunch, and then there's only a 1:30 and a 2:30 helicopter departure.
Oh, I see.
And we sail at 5:30.
You're actually seeing the same thing.
It's the same thing. Same thing. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Okay, the payment for these shore excursions, you cannot use your shipboard credit, unfortunately. They're cash or traveler's checks only here, because what we do is we take your traveler's check and we just give it to like Robert's Tours, and they stamp their name on it. So if you're using traveler's check, don't pay it to me because I can't. It has to go to the people, our vendors. So leave that blank. But I do ask, since we have so many people in the group, that you already figure up your totals, sign the traveler's check and countersign it. So when you come up here, that's all done. So we don't have to watch you sign 35 20s. You know what I mean? Do that beforehand.
One
Chuck?
check for the whole thing.
Cash or traveler's checks only. And you'll sign up for everything for the whole week today and get it over with. If you wish to cancel, let me know by 3 o'clock the day before. Yes,
On
sir.
traveler's checks, if it's more than what your traveler's check.
I will give you change.
Change or
But I can only bring so much change, so if you get as close as you can, I appreciate it. And they will cash traveler's checks at the purser's office. I like to accommodate, but I'm not a bank, so I'll do the best I can.
What about the captain fee?
Oh, I'm going to talk about each tour too. Okay. And like I say, the shore excursions will operate so you are taken care of and you're back for lunch. And if it's a full day tour, lunch is provided for you. Okay, starting with Kauai. That's how you pronounce the island that we'll be at tomorrow morning. Is Kauai. It's called the Garden Isle. Okay. Tour number 1 is the Waimea Canyon Tour. The ship offers a similar tour for $25, but we only charge $20 per person. It's a 4-hour tour. It leaves approximately 8:30 a.m. and will return around 12:30 p.m. in time for lunch. Mark Twain once called this area the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. The lookout is about 3,400 feet. You see the different colors of the browns and grays and the tropical blues and greens. It's quite something to see. You're going to be taken to the first sugarcane plantation, Fort Elizabeth, and the Hananapi Valley, and it will bring you back for lunch. People say when they see the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, it's just incredible to go from lush green to where it rains over 470 inches a year into a desert canyon that there is no vegetation in within a matter of 20 to 30 minutes is quite exciting to see. So it's a worthwhile trip.
Go to the grotto.
Now, people ask about Fern Grotto. A lot of people come out here, Fern Grotto. Now, let me tell you about Fern Grotto. We used to operate that tour, and it was our least rated tour, so we dropped it. The reason why, in 1982, they had a hurricane out here, a big storm. And what it did was it blew all the trees out of Fern Grotto, which meant that all the sun could shine in. There is no ferns in Fern Grotto. All there is hundreds of Japanese tourists standing there listening to the Hawaiian wedding song. And if you don't believe me, find somebody at your dinner table that can't wait to go to Fern Grotto when they come back, and that's exactly what they're going to tell you. Because of the trees being torn out from the hurricane caused the sunshine to come in. Therefore, they don't have the shade of the tropical climate to grow ferns. So we dropped that tour because everybody complained about we didn't see any ferns and things like that. So that's about Fern Grotto. Okay, tour number 2. It's a helicopter ride. It's $103, like I explained before. The ship offers it for $129. It's exactly the same as tour 1, the bus tour, except it's gone by air. For those of you who have never been in a helicopter, it's quite an experience. I would say the next best helicopter trip would be landing on a glacier in Alaska. Has anybody done that? That's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah. You fly over to 3,500 feet, you go to Mount Haleakala. That's where it's raining to 400 inches a year. They take you over the, what do they call it, Fantasy Island waterfalls. And the way a partner of mine told me when I talked about this tour, when he was training me about 4 years ago, he goes, have them close their eyes and hold their hand out and see if they can feel the shimmering threads of waterfalls that you will be able to, you can actually reach your hand out and touch them. Well, you can't really do that, but it sounds good to say it. It's the wettest place on Earth. Like I say, they're all forward-sitting Bell Jet Rangers. If you're interested in doing both tours, I'm sorry, we can only accommodate 16 people, and I have a total of 32 spaces this week. They have one of the helicopters is in for its maintenance, so I only have one bird. To the Big Island. Okay, the Big Island, that's where the volcano is. But first, we're going to be stopping in the resort town of Kona. Okay? Now, in Kona, it is a tender port. Tender port means the ship will anchor out and we'll have to take a launch or a tender to the shore. Okay? The AARP tours will depart from the shore, not the ship. Okay? Now, for those of you who'd like to have a little adventureness inside yourselves, tour number 3, the Captain Beans, and I think it just says glass bottom boat on the this year's form. Boat ride and snorkel. Okay, it is a glass bottom boat. Okay, for those of you who don't want to snorkel, what this is the huge catamaran Taraya. It's got 4 huge orange sails. It's 2-leveled, and what they do, I'll explain it to you. This is exactly what you'll happen. You'll board the Tamaraya. You'll be served a continental breakfast. Okay, you'll set out sail for a cove, all the while being commentated on what you're seeing along this coastline, which is one of the richest coastlines in all the islands of Hawaii. Pointing out the different buildings that were built and explaining the history about Captain Cook. They'll take you to the cove where Captain Cook was actually murdered, and you'll see a monument there. Then they'll take you to a little spot where they're going to throw down the anchor in a little cove, and they'll anchor out for about an hour, hour and a half. Here you have the option of taking snorkel lessons at no charge. They provide you with gear, inner tubes, the life vest if you wish, and you float around the water for about an hour, hour and a half. And if people get off that and they say they've had the time of their life. Okay? It's $27. The ship offers the same exact thing for $36 without the glass bottom, without the live show, and without all the little entertainment. Okay? If you decide to do this tour, they will serve a continental breakfast. You know, I said that cheese and bread stuff. You know, continental breakfast. Okay? You must be on the 8 a.m. tender. Okay? If you want to take that tour, you must be on the 8 a.m. tender. That means at 8 o'clock a.m., a tender will leave the side of the ship and go ashore. So 15 minutes before that, you must walk down the belly deck. Now, no need to worry or get nervous. I will send you a letter under the door the night before to make sure you make those times. Okay?
What time does it return?
It's 4.5 hours long, and it comes back at about 1 o'clock. Okay? But you are provided lunch on it, so there's no reason to rush back for lunch. Okay? Okay. Tour number 4, Kona Landmarks. Okay, the Landmarks tour is 3 hours, and it leaves at 1:15 in the afternoon. So it is possible to do both tours. Okay? If you're on the Kona Landmarks tour and you do not do the Captain Bean's morning tour, and you're on board the ship here, you must make sure you're on the 1 p.m. tender ashore. Okay? But I will give you information to make sure you don't miss that. The Kona Landmark, we call it the Landmarks because there's not a lot in Kona, to be honest with you. But there is some special places, like the birthplace of King Kamehameha. They take you to the City of Refuge, which is a historical park. To the Painted Church, where in 1985, Perry Como did his Christmas special. Okay? And then the highlight, is, everybody says is a highlight, is a privately owned macadamia nut farm, where you can buy your mac nuts for almost half of what they cost in the stores. And the only difference is they come in Ziploc baggies. Okay? So if you want to bring macadamia nuts back, this is the place to get them. And they have 3 different grades. So you know, if you want the most expensive variety or whatever. And I come back and people have their Ziploc bags full of these mac nuts, and you can't beat the deal anywhere else in the island. That's Kona Landmarks, tour number 4. And it is possible to do both tours. If you wish to do both tours and you wish to get wet or go swimming on the Captain Beans, bring a towel with you from the ship, okay, and a change of clothes. Captain Beans has showers on board and changing rooms. I mean, this is a huge, it holds almost 300 people, this boat. So it's huge, okay? It has all the facilities. And what happens is, I will be standing on the pier, having the people come off Captain Beans like this, and you throw your towel on me, and I take it back to the ship for you, so when you take the afternoon tour. Okay? So just look for the AARP sign in a pile of white towels. That'll be me. Okay? So you can do both tours. No problem here. All right. Other things to do in Kona. If you go ashore, you'll see there's a pier. If you walk to the end of the pier, that's Kona. That's it. To the right is little stores. Straight ahead is a King Kamehameha Hotel. They have a beach there if you want to go to the beach. That's the only beach that has sand on it because it's a volcanic island. Okay? They do have a mall there. Straight at the end of the pier, the door is open to the mall, right to the end, and there's a Liberty House and all that kind of stuff there. People want to buy Kona coffee, and they can't wait to get to Kona to buy the coffee. Kona coffee is cheaper in Maui. It's the truth. I know you've been sitting here a long time. We're almost done. Kona coffee, if you want to buy Kona coffee, if you don't take the tour and you want to buy mac nuts or any of the treats, I'll tell you what to do. This is the best deal. Go to the Maui Mall in Maui. We're in Maui for 2 days. Go either Star Market or Long's Drugs. This is where the local people shop. Everything is priced for the local people. Star Market or Long's Drugs. They're located right next to each other, and the van that takes you to the Maui Mall drops you off right in front of them. You're going to get the best deal on anything in the Star Market or Long's Drugs. Okay? Kona coffee, macadamia nuts, chocolate-covered macadamia nuts, all that stuff. Best deal is going to be in Maui at the Maui Mall. Okay? And let me tell you something. For those of you who are not locals, people who live here in the islands, you may think the prices are very high on everything. For those of you who had time to look around, they have what they call kama'aina rate. If you are a person that lives in the islands and you have a Hawaiian driver's license or ID card, anywhere you go, you show it, you automatically get 20% off everything. Well, it's a tourist trap here. I mean, we have a lot of tourists, but that's what it is. So if you want to get tricky and you want to pull some strings like you know what's happening. Oh, my wallet's at home. I'm Kamaina. Just say I'm Kamaina. You'll get 20% off. Okay? But don't be wearing that shirt, those colored shirts that says Aloha on it, because they'll know you're a tourist. Because none of the locals wear those flower shirts that say Aloha. Okay? You won't get away with it then. Okay, so that's Kona. Hilo. Hilo is on the Big Island, and it's called the Orchid Island. Yes, sir.
I noticed that the cruise...
Bring sweater. Bring.
The best place, I'm sorry, I should have brought that up. I apologize for that. Kona is the best place for sport fishing. Okay? Yes, it's a very good idea. If you're into sport fishing, do that in Kona. Yes?
On those macadamia nuts that you talked about at the Maui Mall, are they just as cheap at the Maui Mall or as they are?
No. When you buy them at the plantation, see, what it is, you're saving the packaging, the brochures, all that stuff. You're buying it in a Ziploc bag on the tour, on the Kona Landmark.
It's fresh.
Oh, they're fresher. They're right from the factory. They show you how they make and crush the macadamia nuts, and it goes through all the processes and everything. Yeah, that's why it's cheaper.
If I wanted to go on Captain Bean's boat ride and don't want to go to I want some macadamia nuts.
Find somebody that's on the tour and give them $10. Yeah. Have somebody buy your nuts. Okay, in Hilo, Hawaii, the Big Island, the Orchid Island. Tour number 5, the Volcano Chain of Craters Black Sand Beach Tour. This is going to be your second highlight of the cruise. It runs $30 a person. The ship charges $45 a person. It's approximately 6.5 hours long, and it includes lunch. Now, let me tell you about the lunch. The lunch is turkey, because that covers all religions. It's on wheat bread. You get a fruit cup, Maui tree chips, fruit drink, granola bar, and dessert.
What, no Swiss cheese?
No Swiss cheese. So it's a very nice lunch, and they do it in a nice place. They used to do it at the Black Sand Beach Park. However, the volcano has flowed over that, and there's no more park left. And you'll see portions of that left. But it's a really nice tour. You start off going by Banyan Tree Row, where all the banyan trees are lined up in this little park. They take you to Volcanoes National Park, which there's a museum you can walk around. You'll see the steaming Kilauea crater. That's where Pele is supposed to have been jumped into. That's the fire pit, home of the goddess Pele. And they'll tell you the story of Pele on the tour, and it's something fascinating. You'll see the sulfur bank steam vents, Crater Rim Drive, all the lava tubes where the lava runs down all the way to the ocean. They'll take you by the Black Sand Beach where it was, and they'll also take you by the road where the lava is flown over, and sometimes it's still flowing. In fact, I have pictures here of all the some of the sites you'll see with the lava and the house and destruction and the steam and the lava over the highway here if you want to come up and take a look after the briefing. Takes you all to that, takes you to Rainbow Falls, and then takes you to an orchid and anthurium garden. And if you want to take this trip, bring a sweater, because when you go up to Volcanoes National Park, you're up quite high in the altitude there. It will be your highlight, one of the second highlights of the trip. People come back tired from that trip, but they thoroughly enjoyed seeing the lava flow, because you see it the night before coming all down the hills and into the ocean, the red. And then to actually drive and actually step to the edge of the road where the lava is flowed right over. It's a once-in-a-lifetime trip. And on the way to the lava flow, you'll see this church. This church was removed within minutes of the lava hitting it. It's sitting on the side of the road on stilts. So it's kind of eerie to think within minutes that was. And in January, I was here, the 175th house and building was destroyed by this lava flow. So it's a thing. And I just want to tell you one thing, don't take any lava rocks home or anywhere. They'll explain why, but don't bring all the tourists come with their baggies and they got to get some lava. And then they get home and they mail the lava right back to Honolulu and say, we're sorry we took this, because they have nothing but bad luck from the minute they take that. And in fact, you'll see in Hilo, as you board the bus, if you look to your left, in the building, you'll see a pile of lava rocks. This pile of lava rock is from people who were on a tour, and by the time they got back 4 hours later, they've already had so much bad luck that they put the rock down in the pile. You think I'm joking? You will see the pile of lava rocks on the fence. So don't take any lava rocks. Okay. All right, real quick, we're almost done here. Okay. The next day we're in Maui. That's the Valley Island, okay? Tour number 6 is the Eel Valley, Lahaina and Kapalai. It's $20. The ship charge is $45. You are back in time for lunch. I want you to keep in mind that most people, let me back up. Where we dock is nowhere near the great areas of Maui. It's about a 45-minute drive. I couldn't even tell you how much it would be by taxi. The ship offers a shuttle that takes you from the ship to Lahaina, and that runs $15.50 a person. Okay? And it drops you off in Lahaina for 2 hours, and then picks you up and brings you back. Now, what we've done is we have the Eel Valley, Lahaina, and Kapalani tour. What we do is they take you to the Needle. They take you to the profile of John F. Kennedy. You know, you've heard about that in the rock. They take you to Lahaina. They drop you off for an hour and a half for shopping. And gentlemen, you're right in the middle. The shopping area is located right around this park, which has the largest banyan tree and lots of benches, so you can sit there while the ladies shop. You can go to the museum there, pick up a walking tour map. They have over 30 different stops. You can walk this little city. I think, what was his name? James Mitchell wrote the book Hawaii, and he talked about this old whaling town.
Michener.
Michener, I'm sorry. I can only hold so much information. It's the same thing as the book said, except there's about 250 more shops than there was there before that. Okay. The tourist office, like I said, offers a walking map, and then the ship takes you, the bus takes you back. It also takes you by Kapolani, which is the big hotel strip where all the rich houses are, and takes you through there before it takes you back to the ship. And I think for $5 extra, you get a lot more, and it's not just the shuttle, you know, where the other thing, they don't give you any commentary what you see. This year, you're told what's going on. You see the needle, you see the John F. Kennedy profile. They take you to the Kapolani Coast, or Gold Coast, they call it there, and in time for shopping as well, okay? And that's on Thursday. Now, a lot of...
Is that additional to the tour? That shuttle?
No, I'm just comparing it to what the ship offers. For $15.50, they'll pick you up and take you to Lahaina for 2 hours. For another $5, you actually get the tour. You get everything included.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to show values here because people don't understand. You'll be back for lunch. You leave at 8:30 and you'll be back for lunch. Now, a lot of people say, I want to go to the Lua. I want to go to a Lua. I'm in Hawaii. And I say it's around the corner and to the left. And they don't understand what I mean. A Lua is the bathroom. Now, if you want to go to a luau, we can arrange that for you. Okay? We don't offer it on the AARP excursion, but a lot of people want to go to a luau. The ship offers a luau, and it's a quite good luau, actually. It's at the 5-star Maui Intercontinental Hotel. It's 3.5 hours long. It's from 5:30 till 9 p.m. They have an open bar, a buffet, and the show, which includes the emo ceremony, which is the rising of the pig from the dirt, and the dance, and the Pele, the fire goddess dancing, and everything. However, you have to sign up through the ship's shore excursion. Okay, we don't offer it, but a lot of people inquire, you know, we want to go to a luau. So, and that's on Thursday night. So if you want to sign up for that, just pick up a ship shore excursion sign-up form at the shore excursion office back there. Just mark the box under Thursday and drop it in the slot, and they'll deliver the tickets for you. Okay? So that's if you're interested in doing a luau, not a lua. Okay, on Friday, we're almost through this, folks. Appreciate your patience in this. On Friday, we have tour number 7. It's called the Maui Upcountry Tour. This is quite a nice tour. It's only 3 hours long. We let you sleep in. It doesn't leave until 9. And it just takes you around the fields, the sugarcane fields. You see the oldest sugarcane plantation, the countryside where they have the cattle, the ranches, and you see the pianos, and that's the cowboys there. The cattle farms, they take you by a cute little town called Paia, which is probably one of the top 10 windsurfing beaches, if you'd like to see that. Those guys do that windsurfing stuff. And this is probably one of the most unique places to shop. It is a little old country store type town with a few little shops, and it's probably going to have the most unique stuff you'll ever see anywhere on any of the islands. It won't be as touristy, I guess is a good way to put it. And they let you do a little shopping there. And then you're back for lunch. So it's just a nice little, kind of a short little bus ride to all the countryside. And most people really thoroughly enjoy it. It's kind of amazing because there's not much, you're not doing much but just observing and seeing, except for in Paia. Okay? And then, for those of you who want to do independent things in Maui, people say, I want to go to Hana. Take me to Hana. I don't know how many people have heard of Hana, but all it is a road that's about, what is it? Anyway, it takes 2 hours and 50 minutes to cover 600 turns, 60 bridges, and about 3,000 potholes. There's no bathrooms for 2.5 hours, and if you have a rent-a-car, they won't allow you to take it there. If you do take it there and something breaks down, you will pay every penny for what that is. No insurance, they won't allow any insurance to cover it. And the only thing you can do once you get there is go to the one store, pay $4 for a can of Coke, and buy a t-shirt that said, I survived the road to Hana. Okay? If you'd like to do that tour, if you really want to spend 6 hours bouncing up and down, driving just to see the 7 sacred pools, do it through the ship. They have vans with extra padded seats. That or buy a postcard. Believe me, it'll be a lot easier. Okay? Some people inquire about the sugarcane train out of Lahaina. Yes, you can do that. However, if you're on our shore excursion, you'll find time is very limited. I would recommend, if you really want to do the sugarcane train, to either rent a car or take the ship's shuttle. It's a 30-minute deal. It leaves every 30 minutes, and all it does is go one way and then back the other way across the sugarcane field. So, but a lot of people see the little train in the smoke going, oh, that looks like cute fun. So if you want to do that, you can, and that's in Lahaina.